Rising Monday family. I just wanted to take a few minutes today because I know a lot of people are carrying so much right now. This world feels heavy. The news feels heavy. Everything feels intense, and I feel it. But I also know when the world gets loud, I believe fear gets loud too. When a lot of people are walking around trying to look strong on the outside, but internally they are scared, they are tired, they are overwhelmed, they are trying to hold it all together. So I wanted to say this to somebody today, and in general to everybody who checks out this segment. Do not give up on yourself. Not now, not in a season like this, not when your mind is being pulled in 10 different directions, and of course not when fear is trying to convince you that you are powerless, because you know that's a damn lie. Now let me be clear. I am not saying ignore what is happening in this world. We just cannot do that. And I am not saying do not pay attention, because that just can't happen. And I'm not saying live disconnected, because you must stay rooted. It is important to stay informed. It is important to know what's going on. It's important to be aware. But there is a difference between being informed and being totally consumed. There's a difference between receiving all the information and letting that information take over your spirit. There's a difference between awareness and just being fully absorbed by it. And a lot of people right now are not just informed, they are absorbed. They are taking so much fear, so much tension, so much uncertainty that their nervous system does not know how to come back down. And I see it. And when that happens, I'll tell you right now, your body starts carrying what your mind keeps rehearsing. Your heart starts racing. Your thoughts start spiraling. Your hope starts shrinking. You know the routine. This is when you have to pause and remind yourself. I can care without collapsing. I can stay aware without losing myself. And I can be present without being possessed by fear. Come on now. I think about this in my own life. See, in my marriage, my wife used to worry a lot. And in my earlier marriage, I used to tell her, stop worrying. You need to stop worrying. And of course, it was not helpful. Because when somebody is worrying, just telling them to stop usually does not bring them peace. It can actually make them feel more alone in what they are carrying. So over time, I learned to say something different. And I had to. This is the evolution of marriage, relationships. Now I say, baby, worry less. Sweetheart, just worry less. Not because her concern is fake, not because the stress ain't real, but because I know fear does not need to become the leader in her life. That is the message today, y'all. I'm not here to tell you to pretend everything is fine. I am here to tell you not to let fear become your guide. Worry less. Breathe more. Ground yourself, right? Come back to who the fuck you are. Because when fear takes over, a few things usually happen, y'all. First, you start living in reaction mode. Everything feels urgent. Everything feels threatening. Everything feels bigger than it is supposed to feel. Second, you start abandoning yourself. You stop checking in with your own heart. You stop protecting your own peace. You stop giving attention to what you actually need. And yes, I'll raise my hand. I've been there. I did that. Third, you start believing that because the world feels unstable, you must become unstable too. And that is not true. Let me say that again. Just because the world is unstable does not mean you, my beautiful people, have to become unstable. You may need to slow your ass down. You may need to log off for a few minutes here. You may need to pray if that's what you do. You may need to breathe because we all need to breathe every once in a while to capture ourselves. You may need to take your ass outside because outside is fun and it's beautiful. You may need to stop doom scrolling. You may need to talk to somebody safe like Coach Adam. You may need to put your hand on your chest and remind your body, I am here, y'all. I am breathing. I am still grounded in this mess. That is not weakness, y'all. That is stewardship. That is you refusing to let chaos rent a space in your body for free. So if you have been feeling heavy lately, I want to remind you of a few things. You are allowed to feel. That's not against the law. You are allowed to be impacted, and that will happen. You are allowed to admit that things feel like a lie. Share that shit. But you are also allowed to protect your inner life. You're allowed to set limits on how much bad news you can take in. You're allowed to turn the volume down. You're also allowed to come back to your breath. And you're allowed to choose peace on purpose. And mostly important, you're allowed to keep living. Keep loving your people. Keep showing up for your purpose. Keep doing the small things that keep you grounded. Keep taking care of your mental and emotional space. Because giving up does not always look dramatic. Sometimes giving up just looks like slowly letting fear become your identity. Slowly letting the hopelessness become your normal. Slowly letting exhaustion convince you that nothing you do matters, and that's bullshit. I want to interrupt that today. Your life still matters. Your presence still matters. Your healing still matters. Your peace still matters. So no, I am not here to tell you to ignore the world. I am here to tell you this. Pay attention. Protect your heart. Stay informed, but stay anchored. Care deeply, but do not surrender your nervous system to the world's fear. Feel what you feel, but do not give up on yourself. Worry less. Breathe deeper. Come back home to yourself where you belong. And remember, fear does not get to be in charge. Take care of your heart. Take care of your mind. Take care of your spirit. The world may be doing what the world is doing, but you still have responsibility to hold on to yourself, your spirit, your sanity. And if nobody told you today, let me tell you this right now. Do not give up, not on your peace, not on your healing, and certainly not on yourself. Who's helping you heal?